You ever have your world shattered by someone you trust the most? Imagine being told you cannot be a father. Your own parents saying, "You're infertile." You believe it. And then you marry the woman you love. 6 years pass. You try. She tries. Nothing. Silence. Hope, disappointment, silence. And then betrayal. Your wife cheats with your brother. And you hide in heartbreak, humiliation, shame. But what if the truth waiting behind all that lies is bigger than the pain? What if what you were told was wrong? This is not just a story of betrayal. It's a story of lies, revelations, courage. It's about how what seems final can still change. And how your life can be built again, even after the worst betrayal. Listen close. Over the next few minutes, I will take you from the first words, "You are infertile," through years of doubt and rage, to the moment when the truth finally breaks through. This is not a crime story. It's human. It's raw. And it's real that I grew up being close to my parents. They were proud. They expected grandchildren through me. So when I got married, everyone was excited. My wife, joyful. Me, hopeful. But then time passed.
A year. 2.
3. Still no child.
Doctors tested me.
My parents said I was the problem. "You are infertile," they said. My wife cried, comforted me, but I felt shame. I withdrew from people. At work, amongst friends, I avoided conversations about children. Because each question cut me deeper. Inside me, I believed them. My parents, the doctors, everyone said I can't be a father. I thought, this is how life ends for me. Yet I still hoped. I loved my wife. I believed if there is love, we will find a way.
But the heartbreak kept building.
And I never told anyone how low I felt. I bottled it up. Nights I cried myself to sleep. Days I forced a smile. Because I didn't want to be a burden. I believed infertility was my identity. I believed I had failed. Meanwhile, my wife and I tried everything.
Doctors, specialists, treatments.
She was hopeful. I tried to be strong. Holidays ended with me avoiding family because questions rained down. Why no kids yet? Has he been checked? The whispers. The pity. My parents sometimes said, maybe adoption? But to me, that felt like admitting defeat. Then cracks began at home. My wife grew distant. She listened on her phone. She shut me out late at night. I asked. She said, stress, pressure, maybe it will happen when least we expect. I believed her. I clung to that hope. But inside me, something shifted. Seeds of suspicion. Because it didn't just feel like we were failing together, it felt like someone else was pulling away. I saw hidden messages, hurried phone calls. But I parked out. Because what good is suspicion when the fact of my infertility already crushed me? It felt safer to be wounded by silence than by betrayal. Then year 6 came. 6 long years of trying, hoping, hiding the pain. My parents had stopped asking me directly about children. Maybe they believed the tests. Maybe they pitied me. My wife smiled sometimes. Other times her eyes avoided mine. One night, I saw my brother laughing with her in the kitchen.
He joked.
She laughed. Their body language. I couldn't ignore it. It was subtle, but familiar, like betrayal knocking quietly. I didn't confront. I didn't scream. I froze. My heart told me something was wrong. The next day, I noticed phone calls from my brother I didn't know about. I saw messages. Flirting. Then denial when I asked. She said, "You're imagining things." My brother said, "It's just friendship." But the guilt I saw in their eyes told me otherwise. Betrayal became more real than infertility as the source of my pain. Then I uncovered proof. I found messages. Late at night. Confessions. She said she was doing it to help me, that she loved someone else because she believed I couldn't give her a child. My brother tried to help. She needed comfort. She justified it with my infertility, but she also lied about how deep it was. I felt poison in my blood. I read every word.
My heart shattered.
I confronted both of them separately. My wife cried, said she was sorry. My brother stayed silent. The lies fell away, but the shame still burned. I felt nobody loved me. Not my wife, not my brother, not even my parents, because they believed infertility was my fault. I wanted to disappear. But something stirred. I couldn't live broken. Then came a twist. A second opinion. I visited another doctor, someone with good reputation. I submitted to tests again. Full panel, blood work, imaging. I waited. My palms sweaty. I braced for confirmation of what everyone had told me. But the results were different. They said, "You are fertile." My jaw dropped. The room spun. The doctor said, "You have healthy sperm, your fertility is good." The problem wasn't me. It was something else. Something treatable. Relief and disbelief mixed. I thought. All this time, I blamed myself. I blamed my body. I let others make me believe I was broken. Now I learned I was not. The truth changed everything. It didn't erase the betrayal. It didn't erase the years of pain. But it shifted the foundation. Now I had power. I had truth. I had something they couldn't take from me. My right to heal. Confrontations followed. I showed my parents the medical report. I showed my wife. I showed my brother. Emotions exploded. My parents gasped. They apologized, their voices shaking. They said they always accepted the tests, the doctor's word, but never questioned. My wife's face crumpled. She couldn't hide the guilt. My brother tried to defend, but he had nothing. I asked, "Why didn't you tell me?"
She said she didn't know how.
She said she thought infertility would define me, that I would leave her. I listened. My heart burned, but I also saw pity or desperation. My parents said they didn't know until I found out. My brother said he was sorry, but sorry felt too small. I had lost years. I had lost trust. I had lost myself. Yet facing them, making them see me, not the broken infertile man, but the one who was lied to, that gave me strength. Then came healing. First inside myself. I had to forgive me for believing the lies, for letting shame rule me. I had to reclaim my identity. I visited therapy. I spoke with someone who listened without judgment. I talked to friends I trusted. I opened up. I learned. Betrayal is not your fault. The wrong assumptions, the dishonesty, that's on others. I learned to separate love from trust. Just because you love someone doesn't mean they treat you with honesty. I began to see beauty in myself. I saw that I deserve respect. I deserve truth. And I started to live again. Small joys, laughter, hope. I reconnected with who I was before infertility and betrayal made me doubt everything. Then rebuilding relationships. With my parents, it took time. They needed to understand what their words did. I asked them to listen, to not try to fix me, but to accept me. Some days they still said things that hurt. I told them how their silence, their belief, shaped 6 years of pain. Gradually, apologies came, but trust was fragile. With my wife, we tried couples counseling. We didn't erase the affair. We didn't pretend pain didn't exist. We named it. We spoke it. She wanted to rebuild. I needed to see consistent honesty. My brother was more distant. Our relationship changed forever. Sometimes I forgave. Sometimes I felt anger. But I chose to heal, not to hold a grudge forever.